everyone. I think we can start now. So I just want to introduce myself. My name is Piotr Kawa, and I am Network Department Manager in Bakotech. I'm closely with Jakub Hajdugak, who is Sales Manager for your region. So for additional help regarding to quoting or some kind of or advice, please ask Jacob later. So one more time, thanks for your patience and for your attending. Today will be for Netwrix. The topic is how to ensure compliance of the GDPR standard using Netwrix Auditor. Brief agenda for today. I will focus on some very important things like what is GDPR and why it's important for you and for your customers in a very near future. We'll talk about GDPR regulations and how you can fulfill and how your customer can fulfill them with Netwrix. We'll speak briefly about modules of Netwrix Auditor and functions. Then I will present you some kind of Netwrix overview about some kind of additional features which Netwrix brings to info customers. Few words about licensing. Then, of course, you can ask questions in chat box, so you can chat with Bakotech, who is the host of today's session. So we will answer it during the session or after it. And then one of my colleagues, Mr. Mirosław Menard, will present you system. Will present you Netwrix Auditor as the main research for it. Just a few words about Netwrix. Netwrix is a solution which can audit all changes, all configuration, and Netwrix can provide you information about access in your hybrid and cloud environment. And then we can provide you some kind of very intelligent security analysis to anomalies in your behaviors in your organization. A few words about GDPR. What GDPR really is. General Data Protection Regulation we replaced Data Protection Directive from 1995. It was adopted on 27th of April, and it will affect your customers in 25th of May 2018. So right now we've got less than 1 year to provide to your customers, to end users, solution which can help fulfill the requirements of GDPR. The important thing for your customer, for sure, is last sentence which I mentioned below of my screen about fines. So fine is up to 4% of annual worldwide turnover or 20 million euros. Should start now. First of all, GDPR impacts all organizations which processing data of European citizens. I mentioned about fines. Companies who processing the data and which are not compliant with GDPR have to pay fines, as I mentioned before. And last one, the GDPR imposes higher limits of the use of personal data. And it affects your customers from May 25, 2018. Address GDPR requirements, because whole document is very long, like almost 200 pages. Processing data, who is responsible for what, Netwrix Auditor can address few requirements described in Chapter 2 and Chapter 4. At this stage, I present you whole chapters, but after the session, we'll provide you all the information provided by Netwrix. It's like 6 pages of documents we can send to your customers about how and which articles Netwrix fulfill. Solution for Netwrix is Netwrix Auditor. Application which you can buy separately or you can bundle it. First of all, we can audit all Active Directory and Exchange. Latest version of Netwrix can audit also Azure and Office 365. As I told you, we can hybrid environment. Also, the most important thing from my side is file servers, EMC and NetApp. With these modules, you can audit who has access to what, to which file, to which folder. Windows Server with video recording. So with this solution, you can record all activity on Windows Server. Also, from a database perspective, we are able to audit SQL Server and Oracle databases. We can also audit SharePoint and VMware from Conceptual model. Netwrix is gathering information, let's call it native data, from machine-generated data from all solutions we can audit. We are all information about permission, changes, access screen activity and configuration. Then Netwrix can provide can do full reports about who has access to what done by who, and when. And reports, we can address these reports to IT administrators, IT managers, CIOs, and IT security guys, and all external auditors. For this group of people, we are able to provide interactive search, predefined reports, alerts, dashboard, and subscriptions. And this function will be presented in our demo. You can address to Netwrix. Netwrix can very easily explain for 4 questions. To be honest, it is 5 questions: who, what, when, and where. And the most important thing: who has access to what. You can call Netwrix Auditor instance on machine as a server, and Netwrix Auditor it can be installed on many of computers and one license to provide all information about reports, dashboards, and subscriptions to people who is interested in solution. From previous version, launched quick search function and easily build kind of query directly to database with specific action, and then based on information Netwrix gather in database, we can build very fast report. Such report can be stored and you can easily manage it and subscribe it. Also very important, Netwrix can provide enterprise overview by the changes, which user made the most changes in our environment, on which servers, on which audited system from IT perspective. So we are providing you plans of enterprise overview of licensing and pricing. Model of licensing is perpetual, so you can buy Netwrix once with 1 year maintenance included, and then customer has to renew support for every year. Mostly question which customer address to us and our partner address to us should Netwrix calculate and should we calculate inactive users? So yes, we have to include them to licensing model. Netwrix two ways of 2 forms of support: basic 8 hours, 5 days, 5 days in the week, and standard 20 hours per day in 5 days. Purchase is for organization. Organization should have above 150 account licenses, but Netwrix has still flexible licensing models, so we can easily sell below it. We have special price for public, gov, edu, and non-profit accounts, and also is available for if you are purchasing more than 3 modules. Regarding to pricing, the most important thing from my side and based on our perspective is $20 per account, and all file server costs $9. Benefits. So first of all, as I mentioned previously, we can take data security threats and very easily investigate and passing all compliance audit. GDPR, which I mentioned, and ours Netwrix has built in other compliance like PCI DSS, HIPAA, even ISO 27001. With Netwrix, you can increase the productivity of security and operations team, because many of organizations are working on some kind of native audited data with some kind of PowerShell and etc. With Netwrix, we can very easily run a report and provide to internal security team information: who changed what, when, and where, and who has access to what. Netwrix Auditor as a corporation, it's like on the market they are since 2006, headquarters in California. Our customer base is over 8,000, but it's growing very rapidly. I mentioned about support, so global support is 24 hours days in a week, and recognition inside US and other countries. And right now we can see a lot of from Central Eastern European region. From customer perspective, you can find on the screen that customer who is actively using Netwrix, but from our perspective, financial sector, healthcare, and like federal, state, or local government, and industrial technology is are looking for such a solution because GDPR, of course. Net plenty of awards year by year, and still. And the last one is from CC Magazine Award finalist in 2016. for that step, and I recommend it to you. You can download free trial of Netwrix Auditor on premises, virtual or cloud from Netwrix website. So from sales perspective, please contact Jakub Hajduga from Bakotech. And of course, I will recommend to attend our webinars in the near future. Even please chat to Bakotech or to Piotr Kawa from Bakotech. If no question, I will pass privileges present to our SE, to our pre-sales Mirosław Menar.
Welcome everyone, this is Mirosław Menar speaking from Bakotech. I'm a pre-sales engineer. Today's I'm going to show you my lab environment with Netwrix console and Netwrix Auditor installed on it. I will tell you how to implement Netwrix into your environment, what you need to do to start work with Netwrix, and what kind of elements are necessary to for this software. Let's start. I will show you my screen. This is the same environment, VMware environment exactly, and I have Netwrix installed on. But before we start, you need to have SQL server. It could be a server express. If the Netwrix can install it on its own, but from my point of view, the good practice is to install SQL Server before installing Netwrix software. You can use on Windows 7 SP1 and higher. So this is the requirements from a software point of view. And if you like to install Netwrix, you need to do it only one time. Let's do a scenario. For example, I'd like to audit my Active Directory environment, and I've installed Netwrix. Everything's working. I'm glad everything's fine. I have some reports, some data, and etc. And later, I need to audit, for example, SharePoint, for example, NetApp. Doesn't matter. Only thing I need to do is to change my license. I don't need to install some patch. I don't need to install some updates. I don't need to install some extra modules, so on, so on, and so on. You need to change your license. This is the only thing to change your system abilities. So this first you need to know. You install Netwrix only one time. The furthermore, you need to know where the data is stored. Netwrix has two databases. The first database is a short-term database, but the short-term it means 180 days, and the flat file database, which can store data even for 10 years. But if you like to store some information, for example, 2 years ago, you have a navigation model, and I like to see information from 2013. I type my of the data. I need to point some data sources, and that's it. I have information about some, changes, some devices, etc. In my environment. But after all, you have integration that has API model, and you can integrate with a third party. But from already installed Netwrix, I have this, and I've connected to some, for example, to auditing Active Directory services. What I know to have information about my Active Directory. I have quick start module. First, simply do this is the system that you don't have to read 2,000 pages of documentation. A very user-friendly system. I will show you how to add Active Directory monitoring program. Let's click all data sources, and you can see all the sources we can collect information from. So I have Active Directory, I have Azure, I have Windows File Server, I have Drupal, VMware, VMC, NetApp, local activity, user activity. User activity is a snapshot of our users' screen. Looks like a video, and you have information about, for example, some users is using I don't know, application Mozilla, and then you'd like to take some snapshots, you'd like to take some video, and for example, in the near future, you will have some proofs about some websites browsing. And what do you need to store? You will have sure. So let's start with Active Directory. I will click Active next. Then specify account for collecting data. We got from it should be some account with administrator privileges, because my should collect some data and analyze it in the future. Let's point my administrator. I have the Netwrix and administrator. The password, and here we need to start because we have some information about first. We have configure audit settings options, and audit settings automatically. So because you collect data, for example, from a Windows server, from Active Directory, you need to change some privileges, some settings under the local, etc. I have to check how to do it. For the print, this is very simple to do, but if you do it, if you don't have, I want to do it, you give the privileges to do it. Give the administrator account and click Adjust Audit Settings automatically. And then Netwrix will adjust your system to give him some privileges to call and store into the database. Let's check out those audit settings. And next. Then you need to run some SQL server. If you don't have a SQL server on this stage, Netwrix will ask you about installation on this with connect with some Microsoft platform, download SQL Server and start installation. But from my point of view, the good practice is to install SQL Express. You're installing Netwrix, and then point some credentials and some server instance. Let's on the database monitoring plan first. Go at treatments. If you like to active summary, you need to add recipients. For example, if your mail account is your mails, and you're getting some activities. Then have line of this monitoring. Let's go to monitoring plan 1, and here we have add item now. If I go finish, I will be item. I chose Active Directory, so I will have some item with Active Directory. You need your domain, you need to do a account collect data, and then you have Active Monitoring Plan. You can add not one. You can add some, I don't know, few domain. It to be only one domain in one monitoring plan. I have some monitoring plan with Active Directory, so I will use this monitoring plan. One, no, I don't know. Delete user, I want to delete. Okay, so with edit tool, because you can edit monitoring plans every time you need to do it, every time you want to do it, and have some options here. Let's start with adding them. As I told you, I can add some extra domains. It could be, for example, 5 domains under the one monitoring. I can data source. This is very important because you have state reports, and you can click. This is a snapshot of your system. Collect with some frequency, and you can, for example, restore your Active Directory using this date and time reports. You can enable traffic compression, which will compress logs, and the size of logs will be much more less than this option. Okay, let's here audit settings. User and password, audit database, and notification. Every 24 hours at 3 a.m. The administrator of the recipient will point before get some information. If I'd like to add another recipient, I can click Add Recipient and have another recipient of this summary here. Now I can go to the reports. Netwrix has over 200 predefined reports, so you don't need to create your own report, but you can do it. You can do your own reports and create some reports. You can create some alerts. If you create alert, you can do it. For example, I will go add alert, and I will alert when, for example, somebody reached, I don't know, user, so and end user, and one is a threshold. I would like to have alert when I have 100 times login throughout into my system, which was failed logon, and I had somebody broke into your system because you had 100 probable log into your machine. Let's predefined reports, but before we do it, I will enterprise overview, which is an overview of your system. You have information about server with most changes. You have more than one server. There will be more here. There will be more system here. Not only Active Directory, more user, not only Netwrix administrator. It depends on how many systems you're auditing. And this is a drill down report, so I can click on it on changes. We're about GDPR. So reports, I see there is a plenty of reports defined in the system, and will GDPR compliance. As you can see, there is a lot of predefined reports about GDPR compliance. As you can see, the reports you can generate just by simply click on it. I will go with Active changes because only Active Directory monitoring files. So if I'll go with Exchange Online changes, I will do nothing. Active Directory changes and report. Let's change from 1st July and sort by report about changes to my Active Directory. I have added user before. I've modified some user privileges. I've considered. I've modified some user privileges one more time. I've modified group members, and etc. etc. I have information about what was done under my environment, under my system, what was done when, who, and what was the changes. But assume you would have some reports, some information which is very important to you, which information, and you like to customize your reports. So for this, you go with the option, and then see I can create reports by choose. This is a simply SQL query. So I go with, for example, it depends on environment knowledge. So if I have knowledge about my environment, I will go with, for example, who, user, accounts, user John, user Katie, etc., etc. I will action, for example, delete, for example, change, because you somebody tried to open file but have no privileges to do it. Somebody tried to change some file. Somebody changed some file, and you can have this information in your console. I'll go with I have some information collected by my system, but if we go action edit, action about edit, action changes, and then you have tools. You can create alerts. You can save search, and I will save search. Like, for example, edit ID, because I have only ID monitoring, and go. I don't create every time my SQL queries I have reports. I set it, and I need some reports. I will go with this report about action here. Go now to my Netwrix Audit server and some, for example, user computer. I'll have this information. From everything for today. If you have some question, feel free to ask me. I will try to answer it. If you'd like to contact with us, you can contact with Jakub Hajduga. If you'd like to test Netwrix, you can simply do it. Netwrix provides some beta version for 21 days. You can check Netwrix, you can install it in your environment. If you have some troubles, I can help you with it. I can help you set it and in your system collect, which maybe will surprise you. Some administrator don't have all knowledge about his system and curious about what Netwrix can find under his environment, under his machine and etc. So, anybody have some questions? Feel free to ask me chat or turn the microphone and say out, I would say. I will wait a few minutes for your questions, but I will. You need to know that ours was recorded. We will provide you this record after we need some into a YouTube channel, and you will have some opportunity to go through these webinars one more time to I don't know, to set your environment, start to set a Netwrix console, for example, add some AD monitoring plans. I have to do it, so you have some tips. So, one question. Okay. VMware are supported for your ASX 6.0, but I need to check it at create a whole list about supported system because I don't remember every supported system. You are not able to monitor 6.5. Okay, maybe this way you can contact us. I will type you my colleague and this we will go with WebEx session and try to do it remotely. I will help you to implement this monitoring plan. This is not the time to discuss it right now because our time is limited to near 5 minutes, but you can contact with us and we will do some remote session. Just one more question. This trial version or you bought Netwrix before?
The NFR version, as Joseph is one of our partners in Czech.
Okay. Okay. We will do some remote session, some web session, and I will check it going on in there. As I can see, somebody left us, so there's no question, there's no more question about this webinar. That we will upload this session to our YouTube channel. You can watch it one more time. Thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you very much for your time. If you have some question about needing some help with creation, with implement this system, feel free to contact us. We will help you. We'll provide you some more information. Maybe do another WebEx session with more granularly, go through more granular information. Thank you for today. Have a nice day. Have a nice evening. I don't know where you're from. So thank you for joining. Yeah, you'd like to talk?
I'm finished by now. Thank you, Miroslav, okay. And thank you for participation. And we keep in touch. Thank you. Bye bye.